യോസഫ്, നാനാ നിറമുള്ളങ്കി ധരിച്ചൊരു സ്വപ്നക്കാരൻ യോസഫ്. സ്വപ്നക്കാരൻ യോസഫ്, അപ്പന് പ്രിയൻ യോസഫ്, നാനാ നിറമുള്ളങ്കി ധരിച്ചൊരു സ്വപ്നക്കാരൻ യോസഫ്. പച്ച മഞ്ഞ നീല വെളുപ്പ് ചുവപ്പ് കറുപ്പ്, നാനാ നിറമുള്ളങ്കി ധരിച്ചൊരു സ്വപ്നക്കാരൻ യോസഫ്. പൊട്ടക്കിണറ്റിലിട്ടു യോസേഫീനെ ജ്യേഷ്ഠന്മാർ, പലവിധ കഷ്ടമേറ്റു എന്ന ദൈവമുയർത്തി യോസേഫീനെ മിസ്രി മന്ത്രിയായി. പൊട്ടക്കിണറ്റിലിട്ടു യോസേഫീനെ ജ്യേഷ്ഠന്മാർ, പലവിധ കഷ്ടമേറ്റു എന്നാൽ ദൈവമുയർത്തി യോസേഫീനെ മിസ്രി മന്ത്രിയായി. സ്വപ്നക്കാരൻ യോസഫ്, അപ്പന് പ്രിയൻ യോസഫ്, നാനാ നിറമുള്ളങ്കി ധരിച്ചൊരു സ്വപ്നക്കാരൻ യോസഫ്.
Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope you all are doing good. It's been a long time since we had our Sunday school. Do you miss Sunday school? I do. I miss you all. Hope we can see each other soon. Auntie thought I'll read you a story today. I'll read you the story of Joseph today. Have you heard the story of Joseph before? Okay, let's read. Hi there, I'm Joseph. Let me tell you about the people in my story. This is me, just a normal boy. My dad just gave me a brand new coat. This is Pharaoh. He rules Egypt. He has a cupbearer to make sure his wine isn't poisoned. This is my family. I have 11 brothers. Reuben is the oldest and Benjamin is the youngest. This is Egypt, a very rich and powerful land. So Joseph was the son of Jacob. Do you know how many sons Jacob had? He had 12 sons. He had a big family, and Reuben was the eldest of them and Benjamin was the youngest. But you know what? Joseph was his dad's favorite son. One day, Dad gave me an awesome coat. Wow, look at that colorful, beautiful coat. So Jacob gifted Joseph a beautiful coat. He had made it especially for me. I ran to show it to my brothers, but they were really jealous. None of them had a coat like that, so they hated me for it. So, when his dad gifted him a beautiful coat, his brothers were all very jealous of Joseph. Do you get jealous sometimes? If your brother or sister gets something and you don't get it? We all do sometimes, yeah? But Joseph's brothers were very jealous of him. They didn't like him because he was Dad's favorite son. A few weeks later, my brothers led the sheep away to feed. Dad sent me to find them and check on the sheep. When I saw my brothers in the distance, I gave a big wave, but they ignored me. When I reached them, I was about to say hi, but they seized me and threw me in a deep pit. Oh, poor Joseph. He went to check on his brothers and they were so jealous of him that they caught him and they threw him in a deep pit. Look at that. Dark, deep pit. There's a mouse there. Poor Joseph, he would have been scared. What happened next? I felt like I was there for hours, listening to my brothers arguing. All of a sudden, there came the noise of camels and my brothers pulled me out of the pit. My hands were tied and the next thing I knew, I was on my way to Egypt. I had been sold as a slave. What did they do to him? They sold him to Egypt as a slave. Do you know what a slave is? In olden days, they used to sell people to others as slaves where you will be going and living in somebody's place. There's no fun there. You are meant to do what they tell you to do. Look at that. Poor Joseph has been tied. His hands have been tied. And he was sold to a faraway land in Egypt. Life can't get much worse than this, I thought. But then it did, because I was thrown into prison. I couldn't believe it. One day at a time, I thought. Somehow God will help me. Poor Joseph. He was thrown into prison not because he did anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong, but somebody tricked him and he was in prison. But Joseph still believed that God will help him. And he did. In prison, I met Pharaoh's baker and cupbearer. They both had dreams and God helped me explain them. Their dreams showed what would happen to them. So God had given Joseph a special wisdom so he know what the dream means. So he could explain to Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker what the dream meant. The baker's dream made me sad. I had to tell him that Pharaoh was not going to let him go free. But the cupbearer dreamed that he used grapes with Pharaoh. You will be back serving Pharaoh very soon, I said. And you know what? The dream which Joseph explained, it happened just as he said. 2 years later, Pharaoh himself had a dream, and no one knew what it meant. The cupbearer told Pharaoh about me, and they sent for me right away. I dreamed I was in the Nile, and 7 fat cows came along, said Pharaoh. Then 7 thin cows ate the fat ones. What does it mean? None of my magicians can tell me. What a weird dream Pharaoh had. He dreamt that besides the river, there were 7 fat cows and there were 7 thin cows, and the thin cows ate the fat cows. And nobody knew what does it mean. It was very weird. But God helped Joseph to know the meaning. God has shown you the future, I said. The 7 fat cows are 7 years when we will have lots of food. The thin cows are the 7 years after that. Store food now so Egypt will not starve. So God gave wisdom to Joseph, and Joseph told Pharaoh what the dream meant. What did he say? He said that the 7 fat cows are the 7 years when they will have lots of food, and then there will be another 7 years when there is no food at all. So then Joseph suggested to Pharaoh, we should store some food when we have enough food so that we don't starve. Pharaoh was so pleased. He decided to put me in charge over all of Egypt. For 7 years, I saved food, so when the 7 years came when nothing grew and many animals died, the people of Egypt did not go hungry. So Pharaoh was very happy how wise Joseph was. One day, as I was giving food out to the people, my own brothers arrived. They didn't recognize me at first, but when I finally told them who I was, they praised God for keeping me safe all this time. I brought my whole family back to Egypt, and we lived there together for many years. So what happened? All the land, they didn't have any food. So then one day, Joseph's brothers came down to collect some food, and they didn't realize the big leader there was Joseph. They didn't know that. And Joseph was so kind, even though it was his brothers who sold him as a slave, he forgave them. And he gave them food, and he brought them all back to Egypt so they could live there. How good was Joseph? Did you like the story?